I'm Annelise Grimm. I'm the program director of our tax team at Code for America, and I'm here with Amani Farooque, the director of product for the New Jersey Office of Innovation. Thank you for being with us today, Amani.
Thank you so much for having me.
And for those of us who have fallen in love with this tax space, every tax season is exciting. Every tax season, we know that $15 billion is left on the table by the people who need that money the most because the tax system is too difficult. And every year is an opportunity to bring that number down and get more people the dollars they deserve. So it's always an exciting time. But this year was transformative beyond what we've ever seen, and you and your team were a huge part of that. So first, just thank you for your collaboration. It was amazing. So I'll give a little bit more context. FileYourStateTaxes is our tool. So after direct file, you still need to file your state taxes. It's an amazing federal tool. They're still the state. And so FileYourStateTaxes allows you to transfer your information to the state and complete it usually in about 5 minutes or less. So we try to make that process as smooth as possible. And we partnered with 5 states. We worked with Arizona, Idaho, Maryland, North Carolina, and New Jersey. And our partnership with New Jersey was especially unique because we provided the platform, but New Jersey actually built the New Jersey components of the tool and really owned the product. So really, really unique partnership. We haven't done something like that before, and your team killed it. Thank you. So first, we'd love to hear, how did New Jersey filers respond?
Yeah, well, first I just want to say I'm so honored to represent all the work that went behind our collaboration between our 2 teams to deliver this really great success to New Jerseyans. And just to talk about the partners that made some of the success that I'll mention possible. Of course, we had our 2 teams, the IRS, the New Jersey Division of Taxation was a huge partner here, as well as volunteer tax preparers and residents of New Jersey. And none of this would be possible without that collaboration. So in New Jersey, in this first year of our participation, we were able to serve 8,500 New Jersey residents to file their federal and state tax returns using direct file. To put this in cold hard cash, that means about $1.3 million in estimated cost savings of filing fees and $3.2 million in refunds directly back into the hands of New Jerseyans, which is amazing. And people really liked it. New Jerseyans really enjoyed using the tool. 96% of people were satisfied or very satisfied with their experience using direct file. 93% of people preferred using direct file over their previous filing method. So remember, this is going up against your paid tax accountants, your paid online services, which shall not be named. And 90% of users would recommend this tool to their friends and family. And I'll just remind you, I'm coming representing New Jersey. New Jerseyans are not the easiest group to please, but I think these metrics really speak to the amazing work we were able to do together.
I really want to talk about pre-fill, because for tax nerds, this is the holy grail, and it was actually made available this year, which we didn't fully expect. So by pre-fill, I mean when the IRS or when a state revenue department uses the information that they already have to put some of your information on your tax forms for you to simplify the process. And I'm curious, could you just speak a little bit more to why this innovative process is so important?
Absolutely. I mean, it was huge, and we were similarly excited to hear it was available this year. And I think this is a great example of just human-centered tech at its finest. You know, how can you make something so complex like the tax code, like tax forms, really simple and reduce burden on our taxpayers? The more information, of course, that we can pre-fill, pre-populate about yourself, the individual, or about your work, your taxes, the fewer tax forms or documents that individuals need to provide, which is eliminating one of the biggest barriers that filers have to actually filing their taxes.
That's absolutely true. Across all of our tax services, we see that when you're missing a W-2, a 1099, other tax forms, that's one of the things that blocks people, even when you have really high levels of support from a provider, for example. And we actually ran a study a couple years ago where we sent some non-filers, so people who weren't typically filing a tax return, to a really highly supportive service that required tax documents, and the other group to a service that didn't require any documents. Those that didn't have to provide documents were 5 to 8 times more likely to get through the process. So this is an enormous barrier, and pre-fill is starting to get at it in a really serious way, so we were super excited about it. Sorry to interrupt.
No. And in addition, so all that time saving, that increased likelihood of filing, in addition to that, we're also talking about increased accuracy. So I'm sure many of us have been confronted with your 1099, your W-2, and seen, how do I translate these boxes, these codes, into what my tax form is actually asking me for, which is anxiety-inducing, to say the least, but also potentially error-prone. So providing this already automatic filled information with self-serve, with easy-to-understand questions, tax filers are having a much more improved experience. In addition, this also helps tax departments get refunds out sooner. Think about the reduced load on your customer service departments, fewer questions coming about how to fill out this information. And just ensuring that highly accurate return on the outset really means that you can get refunds out sooner.
You touched on this a little bit, but I would love to hear more about what this meant for the state of New Jersey and the benefits to the agency itself.
For sure. So we heard a little bit about this today already, but I think direct file was a really key component in building or sometimes rebuilding trust in government services. Think about, filing your taxes. It is one of the most common touch points that an individual has with their state government, and showing that we can deliver free, accurate, simple tools really builds trust, not just for that one process, but builds trust overall, and that the fact that government can deliver. It also helps states reach populations that may not be currently filing or taking advantage of important tax credits, like the child tax credit, like the earned income tax credit. We saw that in New Jersey, 1 out of 5 filers in direct file were new or intermittent filers. So that means that we're starting to chip away at it, right? Yeah. And starting to reach those people who really benefit from these programs.
Yep, absolutely. We're already starting to run out of time. Sadly, we have heard, many of you may likely read, that the news has reported that the federal government is planning to terminate direct file. If that happens, what will your team carry forward? Where do we go from here?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the main takeaway is really that providing this free, accurate, simple tool, this tax filing tool to states was a huge success. We were able to serve thousands of people in New Jersey. We helped filers easily claim credits, important credits that they are due. And again, we had high satisfaction across the board. So thinking about what really enabled this, what made this happen, it just comes back to the fact that investing in capacity matters. The New Jersey Office of Innovation has been doing this since 2018, building a lot of talent that's highly skilled in human-centered design and agile development, and bringing that kind of capacity to the state of New Jersey. And we're seeing that, more and more the folks in this room, across states, across cities, across everywhere where we need this talent. And also, it's important to build capacity in our relationships. So one important partner in this work was with the New Jersey Division of Taxation. We've been working with them for years now, modernizing their call center, improving internal processes, and that really helped build the goodwill to do something big and bold like bring direct file to New Jersey. And that's really where I'll end it. We really can do big things with the right partnerships. With Code for America, we were able to deliver this tool to New Jerseyans in a matter of months, not years, which is incredible. So what I'm taking away is that we need to do more of these kinds of things. We need to take on the big projects, the complex projects, the ones that have multiple stakeholders and people involved, because we need to show that government can deliver.
Yes, we need to show that government really can work for people. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of uncertainty in the tax space. We're all wrestling through this. And one thing that I've been holding on to is that we do know that the people who worked on this product did an amazing job. There are many of you are in this room. This is beautiful work. And we've all been able to build off of it with FileYourStateTaxes, for example. And nobody can take that away from us, and no one can undo people having a wildly different tax experience that is going to really change how we think about taxes in this country. And we're not done yet. Absolutely. And so we've been talking, and we're really excited to collaborate on whatever is next. And for those of you in the room who are ready to put our boots back on and get in it again, we are here, and we're ready to talk with you about what the future looks like. And tomorrow, there's going to be a really excellent panel with Amani and others who are critical in the direct file work, and we hope you will all join us there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.